YouTube. Go, and today's Sunday too, so I know some of y'all at church. If you ain't at church and you tune in, then let's go ahead and let's go ahead and discuss this. Like my camera to come down just a little bit more. Just a tad bit more. Of course, we got a train coming by. Probably be online till about 1 to 1:30, maybe 2, depending on how it go over here on the TikTok. Whoa. Nah, bro, why does it load up like that? I just had this mother fixed yesterday, bro. What the heck? Man. Hold on. We just had this mother. Show my screen to y'all so y'all can see because this. Bro, this is starting to irritate me. Like every time I try to open up TikTok, this mother don't open up, bro, at all. I gotta show you that little piece of right there. Bro, like, come on, dog. I'm really about to delete this mug. Trying to go live on the TikTok. Where's my file, man? Downloads. Oh, shit. Talk Loud Studio. I'm trying to do more download first. I'll do some little more rounder. Oh Lord, got today Sunday, so y'all people at church. Everybody got so called, yeah. I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute. Hop through the clouds, I was spinning. Bro, like, why the heck does it keep doing that, bro? Like, I can't even go down to press. Bro, I can't even go down to press record. Like, that's what I don't like about this. Why I keep doing that? There you go. Bro, I don't understand why I do that. I got it fixed now. Okay. I got it fixed now. Now Are we live on TikTok? Request to join if you disagree. Alright, there we go. Beat it up over there. Yep, there we go. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there. Now we live over on TikTok. Just a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah, I can shade that down. I don't like that little piece right there. Curve it just a little bit more. Okay, now we live over. There we go. There we go. Live over on YouTube and TikTok. Hold on, this supposed to be full screen. Fit the screen. There we go. It's the biggest lie ever told. It sure lives. Jesus and Moses never existed ever. Ever. It's the biggest lie ever told. Moses wasn't supposed to give the law, first of all. And Jesus, how they say he come from a woman in a spirit. Like, come on now. God did not make us that way. God gave us flesh. Man with seed. And let me tell y'all where it says that. Come on now. God said, let's make man in our image and likeness and let them have dominion over the earth. Genesis chapter 1:26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So, come on now. And a lot of people like to say Jesus was in the beginning with God. He wasn't. It was God and his angels that made man. Literally. I'm over live on the TikTok and YouTube. Anybody on TikTok, y'all request up if you disagree. Request up if you disagree. Request up if you disagree. Yeah, request up if you disagree. I'm over live on TikTok and YouTube. Anybody on YouTube, if you want to come over to TikTok and join the panel, I'm live on both. Y'all can see over on the YouTube right here. Right here. Over on YouTube right there. There you go. I'm on TikTok live. I have an open panel. I don't want to close, but how do I go live? Like, I can go with I can go on people lives and battle. How do I do that on here? Let me see. I don't want to co-host. Like, can I go on people's? How do I battle? How do I do that on here? Play together, view, reveal wishes, guessing game, live goal, polling, give vote, gift gathering. More live assembly. Live assembly program was that? No topics yet. Okay. I don't know how to go battle people from the TikTok live studio on my PC. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and take the display down off of YouTube until I get people to join on TikTok. Moses was not supposed to give the law. That's Genesis chapter 49. Father Jacob, he had blessed, which I like to say prophesied. He called it blessing because he prophesied what would happen in the last days, which we are in the last days. Moses wasn't supposed to give the law. We can start with Moses. Then we go all the way. Who's after Moses? What's the book after Deuteronomy? Joshua. Yep, Joshua. Then in the book of Joshua, they talk about some of the earth. Let me see what that was. Was that chapter 1 or chapter 2? Said that the earth froze up or something like that. Or like, come on now, throw a bunch of foolishness. That the earth froze up. Where is that? I don't know. I don't really get into these other books. I don't even care. I just know someone in Joshua talked about that the earth would freeze up, or the sun stopped, it was dark. And then probably in one of them books of the prophets too. Like, come on now. That's not real. I already debunked Moses in the video I made. Jesus just never existed, bro. Like, how they get a Jesus reincarnation before Jacob, when the Most High said that Jacob he would raise up again. He said, I will bring thee up again. Genesis chapter 40, 46. So all this false indoctrination they have at the book of Genesis is just false. And I'm here to share the truth. Bring forth justice and judgment for my family. That's what I'm doing. Bringing forth that justice and judgment for my family. My family have been afflicted for many years. My family have been deceived for many years. It's not gonna happen no more. It's not. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's not gonna happen anymore. But why they always raising their prices on some sort of stand, bro? I got work today. Y'all know nothing about the hood until you gotta dry your clothes out outside. The old way, man. That's how we used to wash our clothes. That's how our forefathers, our ancestors used to wash their clothes. Hang the mud outside. We ain't got nobody on here yet. I had to wash them by hand, bro. My work clothes. Man, that's starting to bug me now. That little piece right there. I hand wash my shirts for work. A little wild with these push-ups. push-ups in. Get the push-ups in. What's up, Zion Johnson? What's up? It's Izzy. I think I said it right now. Your name right. Pretty M dude. Is anybody trying to request stuff? If you disagree with the prompt, request up. Get some education. I'ma teach you something. I'ma teach y'all something. Push-ups. Ah! Yay! Yay! Anybody that's viewing this right now, y'all go hit some push-ups. I want 10 right now. I want 10 push-ups right now. I want 10. Give me 10 push-ups right now. If you viewing this, give me 10 push-ups right now. Right now. I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I've been making like 2,000 a minute. Maybe some pasta noodles. World of the Wicked 99. Yeah, you wicked if you write that down. Like, if you got a name like that. I ain't joking, do it sound like I'm kidding. I know you. No. I thought Bree was someone I know. Yeah. Request up. Y'all disagree. And let's discuss. We can start with Moses. We can start with Moses. We can start with Moses. The panel is open for anyone that wants to join up. YouTube Live, I'm over on TikTok Live. Pierre.
titles like everybody else. Do not make the same mistake that I did. Now, if you're buying these games on PC, nothing has changed about the servers. Microsoft itself is actually the ones who fixed these servers, but only on Xbox consoles, not for PC or PlayStation. Controller aim assist is also a little wonky on PC for these classic titles, so if you want the best possible experience, pick up an Xbox 360, Xbox One, or Series X and have a blast. Follow Subliners for...
Yeah. It's Sunday. Dinner's at this time too.
Don't blow the spot! Don't blow the spot!
Say hi, Cynthia Harder. Oh, Alt H is the wave. Cause one thing they never. It said Space John, Renata John. Say hi. I say hello. Good afternoon. It's afternoon now. Good afternoon, everyone joining in. If y'all disagree with the prompt, make sure y'all request stuff. Let's talk about it. If we disagree, low key chosen few. If y'all disagree with the prompt, let's talk about it. I'm exposing. I'm about to expose one. I'm about to expose one. I'm about to expose one. Yeah, you know my old lady.
Okay, what is it called? 454? Super 454.
As a deal. Abraham, what's your name? Abraham Godliness. Good afternoon, good afternoon.
Get right, buy some bags, tap in.
If you sleep with somebody with HIV and AIDS, you will surely die. What does that mean?
Bro.
That means you will die. Like, it doesn't mean you're gonna die on
First
that
of all,
day.
you
You just
Veronica, we just bailed you out.
Wait, you're not gonna get your papers?
I don't need those.
We just bailed you out of jail.
Okay, why?
We have a YouTube channel, we just bail strangers out of jail.
So you don't need nothing from me?
What you mean?
You bailed me out, but you don't know what I was in there for?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read the charges. I just looked for the person with the cheapest bill and I bailed you out. What you was in there for?
Prostitution.
Hold on. Oh, I see. How did you even get called for that?
One of my clients, they didn't pay me the amount of money that they were supposed to pay me, so I just started blacking out on them. Respectfully, when you in the streets like that, you gotta play by the streets rules.
You look good. I'm not gonna lie. I got a hoodie for you in my bag, like if you wanna get it. Did you end up getting your money?
No, I didn't.
You gonna keep going on with your career?
I don't know. We'll find out that out today.
What you mean by that? Veronica?
What you mean by that?
Wait, you're not gonna get your papers?
I don't need those.
We just bailed you out of jail.
Okay, why?
We have a YouTube channel, we just bail strangers out of jail.
So you don't need nothing from me?
What you mean?
You bailed me out, but you don't know what I was in there for?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read the charges. I just looked for the person with the cheapest bill and I bailed you out. What you was in there for?
Prostitution.
Hold on. Oh, I see. How did you even get called for that?
One of my clients, they didn't pay me the amount of money that they were supposed to pay me, so I just started blacking out on them. Respectfully, when you in the streets like that, you gotta play by the streets rules.
You look good. I'm not gonna lie. I got a hoodie for you in my bag, like if you wanna get it.
Meals like that, I might end up making that cabbage today. I don't got no mushroom.
Daybones couldn't save the day. I thought y'all called it close to me. I've been called that shit. You gotta be kidding me. No! Oh, come on, Edge. No, not this. We are next world champion. The cover. Not this way. Not this way. Damn it. What?
You have a t-shirt. Do you want me to use this one that's on the wall? Girl, you better not use my wall.
We should not be using dish detergent. No dish detergent, no laundry detergent, anything with scents in it. It can cause cancer.
The hell I'm supposed to use?
Are you kidding me? People still drink milk? Like, come on, guys. We all know where milk comes from. Milk is not good for the body. I don't care what kind of milk it is. Throw away your air fryer. We're not supposed to have air fryers. Do you know what that does to the food that you ingest into your body? Guys, candles are a no-no. I thought everybody knew this already.
Man, nobody joining up. Nobody ain't typing nothing. Nobody want to join up if you disagree. Oh, man. Yeah, I see the pearly right there. Yeah, I see that. I've been working on my teeth. Yeah, especially this side right here. When you start smoking, your teeth gonna start looking like that. You see it? You see it? Yeah. Mhm. J Money. Bro. We really they might not. Mm. Side look more darker. Or maybe just put your clothes on a rack outside. How many people did that? How many people did that? Justin Justin Everson Welsh. No, Moses never existed, man. He wasn't even supposed to give the law. When you read Genesis chapter 49, when Jacob prophesied over his 12 sons, he wasn't supposed to give the law. The Levitical priesthood never come from Levi. The lawgiver is Judah. The lawgiver goes through Judah, not Levi. So that would make the laws of Moses null and void. Moses existed. Jesus never existed. Moses came with 613 commandments. Well, Justin, if you got your Bible with you, go to Genesis chapter 49 and start at verse 5 and read on down to 7. Because Judah is not Moses is not the lawgiver, which Moses supposedly is a Levite. Judah is the lawgiver. Any book that comes after Genesis, starting with Moses contradicting prophecy, it goes against Father Jacob's prophecy. So you can read Genesis chapter 49, what I said, verse 5 to 7. It doesn't, Father Jacob doesn't command Levi to be the lawgiver as Judah. You see that verse 10 in the same chapter. Like my own life. Like my own life. Good afternoon, Israel lady. If you hear me talking, I'm talking to Justin on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube and TikTok. Yeah, Justin, Moses was supposed to give the law. The lawgiver is Judah. So that would make the laws of Moses null and void from Exodus through Deuteronomy. There's even a brother that be on TikTok live. He breaks down that even Deuteronomy contradicts Exodus itself. The laws of Moses from Exodus to Deuteronomy, they contradict themselves. I started realizing the first contradictions from Genesis, from Exodus chapter 1 to Genesis chapter 47. How your day going, Israel lady? You still in here, Justin, on the YouTube live? If you're still on here, let me know if you read Genesis chapter 49, 5 through 7. Thank you for liking the live too. Fine, how about yours? I'm blessed, Israel lady. Thankful to the Most High for seeing another day. I got work later, so I'm on live for a little bit before I go to work. I'll be on here till about probably 1:30. Then rest till I go to work. Been up since 6 or 7 a.m. Antoine joined. Good afternoon, brother. Yep, got word later. Yep. Yeah, I don't really like the job. It's okay. The work, I don't mind working. It's just the pay. Antoine, didn't I speak with you before? You was on my live before, wasn't you? I got two screens right here, so sometimes I look at this one, sometimes I look at that one. I got the middle one for YouTube live. Oh yeah, I remember you, young brother. I remember you. That was when I was live at my grandmother's apartment. Yeah, I remember you. I got my own spot now, man. Let's see, my sound on over there. What y'all got planned for today? I said I got Israel lady still on and Antoine. What y'all got planned for today? Kevin Parker joined. I gotta get off live. Oh, okay. You say you gotta get off live. Okay, Antoine. That don't make sense, Doc. What don't make sense, Justin? You not understanding Genesis chapter 49, verse 5, 6, and 7? I know that's right, Israel lady. You get the rest of the day. I gotta get off live. I got kicked off. You talking about live, Antoine? I got banned on. Oh, you got banned on TikTok. Oh, okay. What don't make sense, Justin? What don't make sense? You not understanding that Levi's not the lawgiver is Judah. Well, I don't have Instagram, Antoine. I only got TikTok and YouTube and those other platforms you see on the screen right there. That's all I have. I deleted Instagram, my account on there like in 2023, bro. I ain't been on Instagram, probably 2024. I ain't been on Instagram in a while. Joseph John, you got a phone number? Yeah, I got a phone number, Antoine. Send me a DM and I connect with you through there. I ain't sharing my phone number on live. What's the purple one in the long K? The purple one, that's Twitch. And the green one, that's Kick. But right now I'm only live on YouTube and TikTok. When I was doing gaming, I used all those apps to go live on. Justin, you still in here? What don't make sense, brother? All right, Antoine, send me a DM so I can message it to you so I know you texting me. When I get off live, I can check. Yeah, they fairly, well, Twitch is one of the old ones, but Kick, that came out probably about like 2 years, 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Israel later. But I don't really go live on those two apps because my main platform is on TikTok and YouTube. Israel later, are you familiar with the first 5 books in the Bible? I got a brother over here on YouTube live. His name Justin. I was just telling him how the laws of Moses are null and void once you read the prophecy that Father Jacob gave in Genesis chapter 49. And he said that don't make sense. And he ain't responded back yet. And Justin, just to let you know, man, I used to study the Torah. I studied the Torah in the King James Version, and I studied the Torah in the Septuagint. But I stay with the King James Version now. You know, that's the most known version out there that everyone have. I'm still learning. Oh, okay, understood. Yeah, there's a lot to take in. Oh, y'all might hear that train in the background. I have trains passing by like every 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna go spray paint one of them. I'm thinking about it. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Decipher because your name Israel, so I'm just gonna assume that you consider yourself a child of Israel. And I know I'm a child of Israel. I'm a seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I know that from my experience that I done had in my life. So once I was studying the Torah, because I started myself from the beginning. I started from Genesis. I didn't start from the middle of the book like a lot of people was raised and was influenced to do, indoctrinated to do, to start from the New Testament. I started from the beginning in 2023. That's when I started reading the Bible for myself. And I studied the first 5 books because once I got to Deuteronomy and I understood that we had so-called laws, so I try to, keep all the laws to the best of my ability. A lot of people say that they trying to do when you're following the laws of Moses. Remove your background noise so viewers can hear you clearly. Set up. Yeah, I thought I did that already. Noise suppression. Remove background noise to make the voice clear. Keyboard sounds, tapping, or animal noise that may increase CPU. Remove light, continue background noise such as white noise, remove moderate, continue background noise, and increase fan activation. Yeah, noise suppression, that should be better now. So y'all shouldn't hear the train as much now. Y'all should be able to hear my voice a lot more clear. I didn't fix the sound now. But yeah, so I started reading in 2023 for myself, and I understood that we had laws to keep. Because I already knew spiritually that I was different, and I knew spiritually that, you know, I had an identity from black. I knew I wasn't black, and I knew I wasn't African American. That's how I was raised to believe and to keep what I was, and that wasn't our identity that God gave to us. So once I understood that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go read the Bible for myself. I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I started from the beginning, Genesis all the way to Deuteronomy. I got a little bit into Joshua. Then I went after Joshua, a little bit after Joshua. But I started noticing, like around 2024, that the prophets and the kings, the so-called kings and so-called prophets after Deuteronomy, they were going against the laws of Moses. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to study the Torah and try to keep these laws to the best of my ability, because if these people going against the laws, that means they not real, or they violating the law. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just do it myself. I'm gonna study this, see if I can do it myself, and keep the laws to the best of my ability. Come 2025, that's when I started realizing that even Exodus and Genesis started contradicting itself. So I was like, okay, hold on, something ain't right here. Something ain't right. Then that's when I met Israel, the reincarnation of Jacob, that God said in Genesis chapter 46, which is our father, and he confirmed for me what I was reading was true. He was the first one to confirm for me. So that's when I just started reading Genesis over and over. I done read Genesis like 3-4 times now since I became Genesis only. So I was only believing in the book of Genesis, what God said in the book of Genesis. Because after that, it was contradicting after Genesis. Everything was contradictory to prophecy in Genesis. So that's why I understood in it went 2023. I started reading for myself. And then that's when I started to become aware of my identity as an Israelite, a Shemite Israelite. Then get to 2024, I seen the contradictions from the law, from Genesis and through Deuteronomy and the other books after Deuteronomy. So I'm like, okay. Then come 2025, that's when I understood that Genesis is the true prophecy of who we are as Shemite Israelites, because we are the only ones that confirm the book. We the ones that know about this is our family. And if you had that spiritual experience with God and with the angels, like I have, then you know that you are connected to the seed of Abraham. You know, starting all the way from Adam. I done seen 2 angels in my lifetime. God spoke to me twice. The first time God spoke to me, I didn't know what it was. You know, I just heard a voice in my head. I used to think that was my higher self. That's what when I was starting to get in my spiritual journey, I was saying that's my higher self. Nah, that was God speaking to me. The first time I heard God speak to me, he told me to be patient about my journey that I was taking, that I was starting. And I didn't know at first, but the second time he spoke to me, that's when I knew it was him. So it's just been a journey I've been on, and I'm thankful. All praise to the Most High that I'm aware of who I am and my identity and my family. And you know, I know who my family is spiritually. I know who my family is in the flesh. You know, and it's a blessing to know who we are. It's definitely a blessing, and to see your name, Israel Lady, to know that you. Oh, what's up, Antoine? I thought you had left out here. To know that you consider yourself a child of Israel, you know, and you learning, it's a blessing to know that our people are becoming aware, are awakening to the affliction and to the deception that's been going on in life. I say the Most High God, or the Lord, because nobody knows his name. The last man to call upon the name of the Lord was Isaac, was our forefather Isaac. He was the last man to call upon his name, because even when Jacob, when he wrestled with the angel, he asked for his name and he didn't give it to him. Yes, but some of us don't believe in him. Are you saying like the Most High? You talking about the creator of heaven and earth? You talking about God? No, I live up, bro. Oh, okay. Oh, you went live on Instagram, Antoine? Or are you talking about on TikTok? Because you said you were banned on TikTok, so what you went live on? Justin ain't speak back yet, so I'm assuming he left out. Okay, you ain't gotta make your unless you permanently banned, Antoine. You must have did something bad. If you got permanently banned on TikTok. People like my friends and coworkers. Oh, yeah, some people are what they call atheists or don't believe in God, but they still have to acknowledge that there is a God to not believe in them. You know, a lot of people just don't believe in either the book, which a lot of people won't understand anyway, because, true Shemite Israelites will understand that, will understand the book, and that is about our family. But yeah, a lot of people, God doesn't care if you believe in him or not, because at the end of the day, we all have the knowledge of good and evil in this generation. As long as you're not being evil and wicked towards others, God gonna shield you if you're being good and righteous, like he did Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot is a Shemite, and he was protected by God and the angels when he got delivered out of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, yeah, God doesn't care if you believe, as long as you not being evil and wicked. We all have the knowledge of good and evil. God said that himself, man's heart is, you know what, I'm going to say it. I'm going to go to what God said it himself. Let me go to what it was. God, man, it said, where is that? So I would destroy man whom I created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creature. I think it was 8. Yeah, Genesis chapter 8, verse, I'm going to start at 21. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living, as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. So we know that a lot of people, a lot of men and women will lean more towards evil and wickedness because it's been promoted, like through the music, through television. You're not being raised properly in the household by your mother and father. So that's why God, he strove his spirit, like he said, his spirit shall not always strive with man. His spirit strove with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he even said himself in Genesis 18 that he know Abraham, that he will command his household after him to keep the way of the law, to do justice and judgment. So, it's all about having a father, a good father figure in the household, a good mother figure in the household to lead their children in the proper way, because like us going to school, and for me, I'm gonna give my example. I'm gonna give my life experience. I started smoking because of my friends. My mother never wanted me to smoke, never wanted her children to smoke. I started smoking because I was around friends that smoked. I just stopped smoking again. I stopped smoking in 2024, started back smoking, picked up the habit again. Then I stopped smoking again last year in December. And if I was raised properly, I knew I would have never smoked. If I wasn't around that, like we get sent to these schools to get indoctrinated. We meet people who been around evil and wickedness their whole life. That's why I know that you have to be led properly in a good household. You gotta have a righteous mother and a righteous father in the household. I'm gonna raise my children. I got one child. I'm gonna raise my child not to smoke. I'm hurt that she not with me because my ex-wife had left me while she was pregnant. Right. Yeah. So you gotta have a righteous man and a righteous woman in the household. Good afternoon, the main character. Thank y'all so much for joining in. Everyone joining in to the live. I'm live on YouTube and live on TikTok. So yeah, it's okay. You ain't gotta be sorry, Israel lady. It's okay. I didn't heal from it because I was hurt. I begged her to stay. I wanted her to stay. I didn't want her to leave. I didn't get to experience the full 9 months of my child in the womb. I really wanted to see my baby come out naturally. I wanted to have my ex-wife to have a natural birth. But it all happened for a reason. God let that happen for a reason. I always get reminded of the story when Abraham he had sent his when he had his wife after Sarah died, mother Sarah died, Keturah. He had six children with her, and he sent them away from Isaac. You know, so I just go back and look at our history. You know, things happen for a reason, and it's the reason that God put us in these positions for it to happen. So I try to stay positive about it. My child always on my mind. But I know she the woman I had a child with. I waited till I got married to have a child with her, to have a child at that anyway, and with her. So I know she's with a good woman, a righteous woman. She's still learning too. We both were still studying the Torah at the time. So that's how I know it's a reason. You know, she's still in the Torah. I'm not in the Torah anymore. I just keep the book of Genesis. So it's a reason. But I know her mother's not a bad mother. You know, she's still learning the truth herself as well. So I have nothing bad to say about the woman. I just, you know, it wasn't the right time for both of us. I mean, there were signs that I shouldn't have, you know, probably moved on with her, like she lied to me. You know, before we even got into the relationship, I didn't see the signs. I should have listened to my mother as well. Man, you know, there's a lot of signs that I had got before that situation happened. But I try to stay positive about it. It's still coming, you know, I still have that thought. But thank you, Israel lady. You've been here for probably about 10 minutes now. Yeah, my mother definitely knows best. Yeah. My mother told me before I even got into marriage, find me a woman that's either a virgin or that don't have no children. And I looked past both of that with my ex-wife. So, you know, I learned from the lessons that I've been through. And I've been listening to my mother a lot more, you know. I ain't had no father growing up, so all I had was my mother. And, you know, I had to grow up to be a man on my own, so it's like some certain things I didn't hearken to what my mother said because I'm learning as a man as I grow. But I'm thankful that I still have my mother in my life because my mother has helped me through a lot, has been here with me for a lot of things, and I'm just thankful. It's a blessing. You know, a lot of people now don't have a good relationship with their mother. My ex-wife, she didn't have a good relationship with her mother. So, you know, I'm thankful. I look at the past here and there. I don't, you know, dwell among the past. I don't ponder on it. So, yeah, it's definitely a blessing. I'm thankful. All praise to the Most High. I'm thankful. I appreciate you being here, Israel lady. You know, hear me talk. It be getting what's the word I'm looking for? It be getting boring sometimes when I be on live, just trying to, you know, make up stuff in my mind and talk, and just feel like I'm talking to myself. I'd rather have people join up on a panel. Let's discuss something. Because I have a lot of things that I want to talk about with people, especially, you know, people that's dealing with legal hardships, that's going, you know, financial hardships that I have information and knowledge that could, you know, possibly help them through that. I know the prompt I got up probably is a reason why people won't join up either, because I'm real. I'm gonna share the truth. I'm gonna speak truly about anything that I know. If I know, I'm gonna speak about it. If I don't know, I ain't gonna speak about it. Like when it comes to the Bible, I'm going to speak about that. When it comes to health and wellness, that's something I'm going to always speak about because that's one of my journeys. When it comes to the legal system, I speak about that. So that was like my three main talking points. And yesterday I spoke about health and wellness. Today I'm speaking about Jesus and Moses, you know, the Bible. So that's one of my talking points as well. But yeah, back to the prompt. Yeah, Moses wasn't supposed to give the law, Israel lady. Justin look like he not in here from on my YouTube live. Yeah, when you read Genesis chapter 49, Father Jacob, he prophesied over his 12 sons who would be the lawgiver. And it's Judah. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. A lot of people don't understand that, and they try to interpret it in their own view when it's written in plain English right there in front of us. So yeah, I'm a Genesis only. I keep the book of Genesis. That's the only book that deals with prophecy, dealing with the children of Israel, Shemites, Israelites, seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Any other book after that is a slander towards our family. And like another contradiction I seen in Exodus was when the Most High I don't know if that's the Most High. Well, it's not the Most High in that book. I know that, but when supposedly God in Exodus said that he didn't give his name to Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob, he only gave it to Moses as Jehovah. Now, why would he not give his name to our forefathers that walked before Moses? You know, that's something that was odd to me too when I had looked back into it. But I don't read the other books no more. I just studied the Torah for about like a year and a half. I mean, half a year. God the Father name is Ahaya Hashahaya. Oh, good afternoon, one like I had replied to your comment on my thing. Nobody knows the name of the Most High God, bro. The last man to call on the name of the Lord was Isaac. When Father Isaac, not Father Isaac, hold on. When Father Jacob, let me get it right. Father Jacob had wrestled with the angel. He didn't give him his name. Father Isaac was the last man to call upon the name of the Lord. I'm reading one of Light's comment on YouTube Live. If anybody wondering on TikTok Live. And thank you for the likes, Israel lady. I really appreciate it. That'll help push the algorithm. I can't even like my own live on click the add emojis. Yeah, I can't like my own live because I'm live on the desktop. Yashahah is the true name of Christ, Brother One Light, do you consider yourself a seed of Abraham? Because the seed of Abraham, we don't follow Christ. Like those Hebrew Israelite brothers that be on the street corners, they push the false narrative because they look past Father Jacob being reincarnated in this generation. God said in Genesis chapter 46, and I'm going to go there, I'm going to read it. Verse 46, chapter 46, verse 2, 3, and 4. And God spake unto Israel in the visions of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here am I. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make of you a great nation. I will go down with you into Egypt, and I will also surely bring you up again. And Joseph shall put his hands upon thine eyes. So, a lot of our brothers and sisters look past Father Jacob reincarnation, or you want to say resurrection, before Jesus, before you even get to Christ. Jacob becomes reincarnated, resurrected, however you want to say it, before we get to Jesus. And that's in the book of Genesis. That's way before you get to the New Testament. All right, he said, yeah, so you consider yourself a seed of Abraham. So yeah, brother, if you understand too that the covenant goes to Isaac and Jacob. So the seed of Abraham, he had eight sons in total. So he had 8 sons. He had Ishmael was the firstborn, then Isaac, then he had the 6 sons with Keturah, his second wife. But brother One Light, you see my comment? I had sent you my email. Hey man, when you told me you was using that postal mail method, bro, to send your mail, man, you saved $300, bro. Yeah, sometimes they'll get like when I was sending stuff to the IRS, they'll send it back. They'll return it. They'll return to send it, and yeah, sometimes they'll go. Most of the time I sent it, bro, it went through, bro. Yeah. So that's how when I first did that, that's how I knew for sure. Like, hey, this system really worked. Okay. Yes, I sent it. Yes, it sent. Okay, brother. Okay, good to hear, man. Man, when you told me that, man, my soul lifted up with joy. Ishmael or Arab. Yeah. The Ishmaelites are considered the Muslims, Arabs, Islam of today. Yeah, they got with their religions. So yeah, but their nationality is as Ishmaelite. Ishmaelite is their nationality. Some of them know that. Some of them don't. They know that their forefather is Ishmael. But yeah, they are the Arabs, the Muslims, and the Islamics of today, the Ishmaelites. Because God said that he would make 9 princes out of Ishmael. Wait, is it 9 or 12? Let me go. Let me see. Hold on. That's why I always go back. because I haven't really been studying it. Let me see. God said he would make princes out of Ishmael. Good afternoon, brother Travis. How your day going, brother? What, I think it was it's 20 something. I think it's 17 whenever he did the covenant with him. And as for Ishmael, I have Genesis chapter 17, verse 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. Yep. So Sister Israel lady, yeah. So yeah, they are the Arabs, the Muslims, the Islams of today. Get ready to be financially strong before the mark. Hey brother, the mark is already upon Cain. But I'm ready to be financially strong, brother. I'm definitely am, brother. I really am. Man, studying that since I've been studying the legal since 2023, bro. The laws and stuff of the United States of America, man. They codes and conduct since 2023, man. It started in 2022 when I started learning about the debt validation and stuff. Good afternoon, Jace. Good afternoon, Crash Out. I'm good. I need a favor. What's the favor, brother Travis? What that is, bro? The mark already happened on Cain, brother one of light. We don't have a mark as a seed of Abraham. Okay, brother Travis, send me a DM, a direct message. Brother run a light. Oh, hold on, what the heck going on? Hold on. My screen back over there. I only keep the book of Genesis, brother want a light. I think you're referring to the mark as like the mark of the beast in the New Testament. I think Revelation. I always heard it in. I never read the New Testament. Should be Moshe. I saw Music Torah Studio. Moshe, that would be Hebrew, right? But I don't study Hebrew anymore because once I found out that, because I actually have the Paleo Hebrew book. Let me go get it. Let me show you. Yeah, but he never existed, man. He wasn't supposed to get a law. Let me show you the book I got. When I was trying to study that, man, the lexicon. That's what I got. Bro, man, look at this. Man, all these dang on symbols and stuff, man, you gotta connect with each other. Man, I'm sticking with English, and I learned a little bit of Espanol. But man, I'm not about to be trying to figure out what symbol go with one symbol. And the man, don't I got a picture of him on there? It was a Gentile that translated it. No one knows the original language anyway, because when you read Genesis chapter 11, God confounded the language. No one knows what the original language is. Hebrew was associated with Abraham. Yeah, I ain't worried about language that much, bro. the language that I hear mostly is Espanol and English. English, Espanol. That's the only two that I really try to associate with. But when it comes to Hebrew, Semitic, whatever they all that, nah, We understand plain English. You understand what I'm saying right now as I'm speaking. I see what you type and I understand that. The Most High, he confounded the language. Who's to say that English wasn't a part of that? Who's to say that? Who's to say that English wasn't here for a long time? We look at their history and they say that English came about 18, 17, 16, I don't remember. But yeah. So who's to say that? Like, God confounded the language when you read Genesis chapter 11. So no one knows the original language what they were speaking in the days of Adam, all the way to Methuselah, Seth, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. When you see the word Hebrew, it was associated with Abraham. Yes, the beast. Yeah, the beast. The mark of the beast. Yeah. That's the serpent. Yeah, the serpent is the beast. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he want to beguile and deceive Eve, man. That's where Cain come from. Cain come from the serpent. Cain comes from the serpent. Cain is the seed of the serpent. That's why I distinguish Seth from Seth with Adam. Good afternoon, Kinfo. I couldn't Sakura, I had sent you a DM. Let me show you what it said. You must got your direct message on private. Let me show you.
I got a phone
I
call.
had sent you my number. Hold on, let me try to block it out a little bit. It says failed. See? Hold on, let me try to make it. Oh, my brightness down. Let me turn my brightness down. Oh, hold on. See, look, it's in that. It's like that. So I don't know what's going on with that, Kinfo. You must got your settings set to a certain thing. I had sent you my number. Can you take on TikTok? No, I had sent you my number. Send me a message on TikTok because when I direct message you, it didn't go through. Oh, you can't text on TikTok. Oh. Okay. Go to one of my old videos and type your number in, and I'll text you from there. I'll text you from there. Asaya Music Tour Studio. Did you understand what I was saying? I don't know if you're a woman or a man. Asaya kind of sounds like a woman name, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm over on YouTube Live and TikTok Live, so if y'all hear me talking or looking like I'm looking this way at YouTube, I'm looking at this screen and this screen at TikTok. Yeah, no one knows the original language. No one does. Can't no man or woman say they know the original language. When God confounded the language in Genesis chapter 11. Can't no man or woman say they do. If you're in America, you understand English. Some people know Espanol, Spanish. They got Japanese out here. They got Chinese. This land is filled with all type of nations, and that started from Joseph. When all the nations came into the land of Egypt, which is America today, America is ancient Egypt. If y'all didn't know, America is ancient Egypt. So all the nations came to Joseph to buy from the land whenever the what they call it, the abundance and let me go where it says when they came to Egypt. Famine. That's the word I'm looking for. Famine. When the famine was great on the earth. Toro Studio, you must be gone. But thank you, Brother One Life, for being in here. Thank you, Toro Studio, for commenting. Justin was in here earlier. Thank y'all so much for being on TikTok. Not TikTok, on YouTube Live over here. I got something to clip now. Speaking with y'all, I got something to clip. I appreciate y'all being on here. I be getting bored sometimes. I'm trying to stay on my talking points. Cause I got 3 main ones. I ain't trying to go back to gaming. I ain't really into gaming no more. I'm growing out of it. I ain't gonna lie. Trying to do things that could, prosper my family in this flesh form that we living in right now. Cause I could talk about the Bible all day. I could talk all day, but if it's not nothing that could actually help people or help me and my family, then I don't really want to talk about it. Like playing a video game, that wasn't, I could have it to my screen, man. What the heck? No, it just went blank. Yeah. Next live I'll probably be talking a little bit more about the legal system, how people could, start a trust and all that. Start a trust, open up different bank accounts, how to report that you're not having zero income. But I plan on starting a program with that. If anyone's in here listening. So I will be starting that soon. I got a website that I'm going to be building soon, starting a program, helping people with my nonprofit. I have a 508c1a nonprofit that I plan on getting active. So I will be, I will be open to donations, helping low-income families that's dealing with poverty, families that's poor, helping with the homeless as best as I can. So that's something that I want to do, outside of TikTok and YouTube Live. So yeah, if anybody on here that hear me, if you want to be a part of that, send me a DM, because once I get that started, I want to be moving forward. I already got a couple of brothers in mind that I'm looking forward to having on the program as well. So yeah, I do have a nonprofit. It's just not fully established yet. Just to put that out there, let y'all know that things will be moving soon. What time it is? Anybody have anything to say? Any questions regarding the topic? I will be getting off in 10 minutes. I really appreciate those who have been active on the live, on TikTok Live and YouTube Live. I want to shout out Israel Lady, my kinfolk Corey, brother Travis, always showing up, Antoine for being on. Who else commented? I think that was it. All right, that's on TikTok. And then I already shouted out everyone over here on YouTube. Brother One Light, music, Torah Studio. I'm gonna just say Torah Studio. Asai. I don't know if I said that right. Justin, thank y'all very much for tuning in. I got 10 more minutes. Y'all let me know. Y'all have any questions about anything regarding the topic on screen? Y'all let me know something. Let me know. Because I got some clips I got to take now from my yesterday live and this live. I'm bringing forth justice and judgment for my family. Speaking the truth about what's been happening with this book, what we call the Bible, this book of deception right here after Genesis. Really, I'm gonna say this library of deception right here, because after Genesis, you're dealing with fictional books. Everything after the book of Genesis is fictional. So, yeah. Anybody got any questions regarding the topic on screen? I'll be getting off in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. I will be getting off live. Any questions? Any questions regarding the topic on screen? Y'all shouldn't hear that train anymore, because I put on noise reduction. I'm not putting noise reduction on over here. Let me see if it show up. Yeah, it's not really. Oh yeah, okay. So y'all shouldn't really hear the train no more in the background. I got a train passing by. Y'all let me know on TikTok if I hear that train passing by, because I don't think I put noise reduction over here. See, that's why I'm helping you, Jay. I felt my spirit. Thank you, brother. One Light, man. All praise to the Most High, brother. Yeah, brother. I'm thankful that God's spirit is striving with me, man. He said himself that his spirit shall not always strive with man. That's Genesis chapter 6 and 3. Genesis chapter 6, verse 3. So yeah, I'm a good and righteous man. Growing up, it wasn't the best. I did do evil things, wicked things growing up that wasn't right in the sight of God, as far as stealing. But it's something that happened in my past. I grew from it, man. We all grow. We no one is perfect in this generation. The last man that was perfect was Isaac. It was Abraham, because God said you shall die in your old age, and he was perfect. I think was it Isaac too? God said, "Be thou perfect, walk before me." I think it was Abraham, last man to be perfect. Yeah, man. It's a lot of growth that happened, brother. Thank you for that, though, man. I can tell you a good brother as well, man. Um, and the Most High definitely led you towards me, man. Whether I have information that, like you said, you've seen my video, it was my information that helped you, and the information you share with me is gonna help me. And man, I'm very thankful, man. It's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing to have like minds, people that's good and righteous around, people that's willing to prosper in life. Not talking down on the next person, the next man or woman. I gave you some info and trust and how to receive a check too. All right, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, brother. You sent it to my email. Let me check and see before I get off because I'm be getting off in 6 minutes. 6 minutes. I'm getting off live. Let me see. Unread. Let me see. Let me check my spam because I don't see your email, brother. One light. Yeah, I don't have none in my spam folder. I'm gonna type my email in the chat so you can see it. That's my email right now, right there, brother. Let me know if you see it, cause I ain't received nothing in my email. And yeah, brother, one light. I don't mind giving out information, bro, because we all need it in some type of way. We all need the information in some type of way, man. I'm happy to hear that you came across my video on how to send mail for free, because, bro, a lot of people can't afford to send mail. I started paying for it again because when I send mail to like the IRS or any major corporation, I always pay for it. But like if I'm sending mail to like a friend or to like a small corporation, like for debt validation or to Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, I send it using the blue box and using my method because it'll get there in one day. Using the Priority Mail Express, it'll get there in one day. So that's the type of corporations I use it for. But then with the IRS, they just sent me like two return to sender mails back. So I want to say parcels back. So I don't play around with certain corporations because they gonna turn that around. They look at you as a sovereign citizen. I'm definitely ain't that. I ain't no sovereign citizen. Yeah, no. That's the route I was feel like I was taking too. So had to move around from that, bro. I surrendered my driver's license, bro. I stopped trying to use the social. Bro, like all that stuff is we contract with these people, so I understand that they provide us a service. Thank you for the heart, me brother. How your day going, EB? Man, you always coming in here supporting, brother, man. Man, once I start my program, bro, I don't know if you big on health, brother EB, but I would like you to be a part of that, man. I'm gonna be starting like a health program with my nonprofit. I have a 508c1A. So I want to start, doing more of my nonprofit, getting it more active, getting it fully established. So if you big on health, man, I definitely would like you to join, because that's gonna be one of my things I do with my nonprofit is health. Helping people with low income, poverty, people that's in poverty and all that, man. So yeah, okay. You said, bro. Okay. Let me see. I didn't get it yet, brother One Light. Oh, you were sitting. Okay. I really appreciate the support, EB, man. You always in this mud. You been in this mud since I was gaming, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna get back on the game, brother. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'm growing out of it. I could possibly get back into it. I don't know for sure, but like I'm trying to get my life right financially at the moment. Uh, right, definitely. I'm gonna take my time. I need to hear that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time, brother. Cause I've been going through a lot, bro. Man, I've been going through a lot, man. Since I've been out here in Texas since 2022. No, 2022. When I moved to Texas, man, and I haven't really been like fully at in the right mindset. I thought I was done with depression. It came back. So I'm trying to clear my mindset to get back more in a positive state of mind, man. So the game was like a form of distraction for me, but I'm trying to get my life and use my time in a wiser way now. And thank you, brother One Light, for sending that to me, man. I ain't get it back. I ain't get it yet, but I'm waiting on it. Let's see. No, I ain't received nothing yet. I'm I'm about to get ready to get off, brother One Light. I want to get off after you send that to me. I want to make sure I receive it. I didn't receive it yet. It's 1:30. I'm about to get off. Make me something to eat, man. Before I go to work, I got work at 4 p.m. So I want to eat something. Think about cabbage. I don't know if I'm gonna make cabbage and rice. I'm thinking about. I ain't got no mushrooms though. Oh, okay, brother. Okay. Yeah, I might make some cabbage, man. I might make some cabbage. Think about it. I don't know. I just want to put something in my stomach. I ate some grapes earlier. Yo, I got it, brother. One Light. Just got it. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it, man. It's a blessing, bro. The bar from yourself. Hold on. Let me see. Is that Tamika, bro? I think that's. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get to it. I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off and go through this, man. Let me see. Oh Lord, brother. Let me see. That's that book. Let me see. Make some cabbage, dude. Hey, I'm thinking about it, man. I don't know. I don't know if I want to wait for that, bro. I know it shouldn't take that long though. Recovery email. Using email that is different. I might make. Hey, thank you, brother. One Light, man. I'm about to make sure I get on. Make sure I get active. Make sure. It says you need access, brother One Light. It says I need access. So do I have access as a viewer? Viewer, commenter, or editor? Which one do I press? No, Parker, I'm not thinking. I know. Him or Moses. He said, "You for real thinking Jesus?" I don't think. I know. uh, brother One Light. I'm about to get ready to get off my. I need to. It says viewer request access. Message option. I'm gonna just say I received this from brother Light. Okay, which viewer, commenter, or editor? It says request access or switch to an account with access. You still with me, brother? One light? Oh, you said great. It says request access. I was gonna put in a message. It says message optional. I was gonna put I received this from brother one of light. Oh, I know, brother. I know. I know, brother. Uh, you heard what I said, brother one light? It says you need access. Look. It says viewer, commentator. You welcome, bro. I will give you. Oh, okay, okay. So it's gonna be coming from my other email. Hey, brother. Hey, I'm ready for that, man. I definitely have been thinking about doing that lately too. I really have, bro. But I ain't gonna speak much on it, brother. Let me see if I get access before I want to do this before I get off. Somebody, Parker said you could get access to something better there, friend. Give you some access to God through His Son. hey, I got access to God already, man. His spirit strives with me. His spirit strives with me already, Parker. Hey, homie, just had to dip in and say keep fighting a good fight. Thank you, Trippy Trap. Hey, the God gonna fight the fight for me, man. He already have this nation under judgment, bro. It's prophecy that's being fulfilled right now. St. George Lion, dumb statement. Dang, everybody done this mud now, so I'm about to get off. Maybe I'll just stay on a little bit. Hold on. You got access now. Okay, let me see, bro. Let me see. Authorization. Thank you, brother. One light, man. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, man. Hold on, where it went? Oh, okay. Thank you, bro. You got access now. I just approve. I got it, brother. Hey, Trip Trap. Hey, God fight the fight for me, man. He's fighting the fight. Good afternoon, ma. How work going? I'm just about to get off. Hey, a lot of people started joining me on YouTube right before I'm about to get off. Somebody at St. George Line said dumb statement. Well, it's the truth. It ain't dumb. That's the truth. And Parker, you don't have to get access to God from Jesus. You go straight to God yourself. Ain't that what Adam did? Ain't that what Seth did? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Cause his spirit, God's spirit, strove with them. Yes, man. I got work today. I didn't even text. I didn't even text my manager. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna give him a call. I'm gonna give him a call after I get off live. Hopping off, dude, but praying you see Christ building. Jesus is How God fought the fight for you, man. He's the victor. Adam and said, trust in. Nah, the serpent crusher from Hey, Adam and said they didn't have to crush the serpent. Adam named the serpent that name, and God cursed the serpent after he deceived and beguiled Eve. Thank you for the gifts, man. The Daily Heart, man. I'm gonna let you know what Tommy say if I got work today. If I don't, then I'm gonna get back on live. Okay, Parker, you enjoy the rest of the day, man. If you need some truth, come to me. You know, Shemites, Israelites, we confirm the Bible. We don't. The Gentiles don't confirm the Bible, man. We confirm the Bible over here. Shemite Israelites confirm the Bible because the Bible is about my family. I'm telling you what's truth about my family, man. That book you reading, that library that you're reading, that's about my family. Now, he didn't promise a serpent crusher. He said, shall bruise thy head. So that means someone like me. I bruise the head of the serpent because I speak the truth. My brother, I've never been here, but are you a Hebrew? No, I'm a Shemite Israelite. I'm a descendant of Shem. Not a Hebrew Israelite, Shemite Israelite. And Parker, Jacob, he resurrects, or I like to say reincarnates before you get to Jesus. He's the Shiloh in this generation, as Israel now. But yeah, thank you, brother One Light. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and even the comments. Thank y'all for coming in here. Parsa. Y'all joined the last few minutes. I'm about to get off. I do go live very often. I'm about to start going live very often. I've been live the past 3 days, so y'all can catch me live. Parcel, you said my brother, I've never been here, but are you a Hebrew Israelite? No, I just told you I'm a Shemite Israelite. Trip was commenting. We had Trip. Said Parker already. Who else? Did somebody else comment? St. George, he had commented. Yeah. Y'all enjoy the rest of the day. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you, Ma, for the gifts over on TikTok Live. Thank you, EB, for the gifts. Thank you, Israel Lady, for tuning in. Now, there's no Jesus when you deal with me, Parcel. There's no Jesus when you deal with me, man. Jesus never existed. Yeah, I repented for my wrongs already, but I'm not going to your Lord. I go to the creator of heaven and earth. Y'all enjoy the rest of the day, man. I gotta make a phone call. And I got work later, so I'm about to find me something to eat, cook up something, and then I'm off. Farewell. Disconnect from TikTok. One day you will stand in front of him. I pray that you may look in his eyes with joy and not shame. Love you. Well, I'm not gonna be standing in front of no one but the Most High, the creator of heaven and earth, the possessor of heaven and earth. Yeah, that's the only one I'm gonna be standing in front of. But thank you so much for commenting, being active here. Have some talking points. I'll be back live on this topic soon. I ain't gonna give you an exact date because my topics, I talk about the Bible, I talk about health and wellness, and I talk about legalese. So those are my 3 main topics. So you'll see one of those topics up on here. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the day.